In March 2024, the National Realtors Association announced that they are paying a substantial settlement in over a dozen antitrust lawsuits. Now, this settlement still has to be approved by a judge, but if it all goes through, there could be some substantial changes to home buying and selling in the United States. I'm Kate Wood, and I'm a writer on the mortgages team at NerdWallet, where we have been following these NAR lawsuits closely. Today, let's talk about what these lawsuits are about, the changes that could be coming up for home buyers and sellers, and what you need to know if you're considering buying or selling a home in 2024. To get additional insights, I reached out to my fellow writer, Holden Lewis, who's taken the lead on our NAR coverage. Holden, can you give us an overview of what these lawsuits are about?
Sure. Home sellers filed these class action lawsuits because they say that real estate agents have been conspiring to inflate real estate commissions. And the thing is, commissions have been stable for decades. They've been about 5% to 6% overall since before the age of the internet. So, when you sell a house, you pay a commission, say 5% to 6%. Half of it goes to the seller's agent and half of it goes to the buyer's agent. So the plaintiffs asked, well, wait a sec, why am I paying the commission for the agent for the buyer? Why doesn't the buyer pay that commission? And furthermore, I feel like I am having to inflate that commission for the buyer's agent just to make sure that that agent shows my house to buyers. And so they filed a bunch of class action lawsuits, antitrust lawsuits in federal courts, challenging this practice. And one of the cases went to trial. And last October, the jury agreed, yes, the National Association of Realtors and major brokerages did conspire to inflate real estate commissions.
Wow, that sounds really pretty big. How could this potentially change the way that buyers and sellers have to work together?
There are two big ways that it's going to affect home buyers especially. The first is, as a buyer, you will have to sign a contract with your buyer's agent. So essentially, you're going to hire a buyer's agent and sign a contract and, specify how long they're going to help you and how much they're going to be paid. And then the other big change is who pays the buyer's agent. When you negotiate with the buyer's agent, you sign that contract, you're going to specify how much you're going to pay them. Maybe it'll be a percentage of the sale, kind of like the way things have always been done. But we might eventually end up paying buyer's agents flat fees or pay them by the hour. Let's say you're the buyer and you have agreed to pay your agent 2.5%. And then you find a house for $400,000. Well, that means that the buyer's agent's commission is going to be $10,000. So what you can do is, instead of offering $400,000, you offer $410,000 on the condition that the seller at closing give that $10,000 to the buyer's agent.
These are potentially some pretty big changes. For folks who are considering, buying or selling a home in 2024, what do they need to know?
Well, first of all, just buy a house on your own schedule, and the same with selling a house. These changes are supposed to go into effect in mid-July, but we don't know if that's going to actually happen at that time because this settlement is subject to a judge's approval. So if you want to buy a house this spring or summer, go ahead and start shopping. If you need to sell your house now in the spring or the summer before mid-July, then list it for sale. If the rules do change in the middle of the process, everyone's going to figure out what to do. You're not going to be stranded without a house or without a home sale. They'll roll with the changes and they'll figure it out, and everything, I promise, will turn out okay.
Fantastic. So flexibility is key, but we should be able to figure it out. Thanks so much, Holden.
My pleasure.
I'm Kate Wood, and I write about mortgages and home buying for NerdWallet. To keep up with the latest on these NAR lawsuits, head to our website. But while you're here, like and subscribe for more.